go over them.
Yeah.
Right, need to scroll up first. So, thoughts on the Good Dinosaur trailer? Have you seen the Good Dinosaur trailer?
No, I missed that one.
No. My thoughts on the Good Dinosaur trailer, I'm not too sure because it's very vague. Basically, the Good Dinosaur, the concept is that what if dinosaurs survived and the meteor never hit Earth, which is kind of a cool idea for a film, actually. But the trailer's very vague. It's just showing bits and bobs, so it's kind of like I'm not too sure what to make of it. But I love the concept. I think it's clever. Sounds cool.
From the sound of it, I think Super Mario Brothers answered the question more satisfactorily.
Oh, damn. That would be cool though. Pixar's Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yes, maybe actually make it look like a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, that would be cool. So the next one is, where did you guys find out that Disney bought Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar and the Muppets? I don't remember. It's a very specific moment to remember.
Where were you when Kennedy was shot?
So the next one is for Jambareeqi, Disney Infinity or Skylanders or Amiibo Lego Dimensions. I've not played any, but out of all of them, I think the Lego Dimensions sounds the most cool. There's something about it that I really like. It's basically combining all of the Lego properties, everything that Lego is licensed to use, into one game, which sounds really cool. I'd love to play that. But I'd like the sound of Disney Infinity as well. And thoughts on Chicken Little? I've not seen Chicken Little. Have you seen Chicken Little, FoulFang?
No. I have not seen Chicken Little. I have not seen Meet the Robinsons, and I have not seen Surf's Up.
Well, all I know about Chicken Little is apparently it's incredibly mean-spirited. That's all I know.
Really?
Is that it's really harsh for a Disney movie, and the dad is like really horrible to his kid, like almost abusive. It's like I'm kind of put off. Meet the Robinsons, though, I have seen, and I do love it. I've seen it quite a few times. It's very funny, very entertaining, really energetic, and it has a lovely message that pays tribute to Disney's philosophy, which I really like. So I enjoy Meet the Robinsons. Worst Disney movies?
Oh, now you're asking.
Where do we start?
I don't think I've ever really seen any of the truly bad ones.
Have you seen any of the Disney sequels?
Oh, well, I think I saw Return of Jafar. That's pretty much the only direct-to-video sequel I ever saw.
Which is okay.
It's okay.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's like. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the worst thing ever. It's just okay. For me, I'd probably go with Jungle Book 2, because even as a kid, I thought this is stupid. This is basically Jungle Book fan fiction. It's just someone trying to reenact the whole of Jungle Book. There's nothing new in it. It's just the Jungle Book again. So I'd probably go with that one.
Oh, wait, I remember actually. I saw 102 Dalmatians. Probably definitely one of them.
That was a live action one.
Yeah, the live action one. It's definitely one of the weakest in the entire Disney live action canon.
Yeah, I can't remember that well. I really can't remember it. I don't really remember what happens in it. I remember the trailer very well. That was on one of my VHS tapes. I remember the trailer more than
Cruella de Vil undergoes Clockwork Orange-esque brainwashing to make her friends animals. That's all undone by the ringing of Big Ben.
So the next question is Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny? Bugs Bunny.
Of course.
Bugs Bunny is more interesting.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse does not have a personality.
No. He's got a charm to him, but he just doesn't have the charisma and cheekiness.
The sense of mischief.
Yeah. He's just crazier and just more fun.
You'll
so fun.
You'll never see Mickey Mouse putting on a dress and screwing with people's heads.
Yeah. So definitely Bugs Bunny. So we've had the same. We keep getting the same questions again and again. So
I think we can skip the ones that are repeats then.
Are you guys fans of Phil Lord and Chris Miller? Yes. Absolutely.
Everything they touch turns to gold.
Absolutely. I want to see 21 and 22 Jump Street now.
You haven't seen either of them?
No. Now that I've seen Lego Movie.
Oh God, they're brilliant.
I want to see them.
Oh.
I really do. I want to give them a chance. Because like Cloudy is definitely one of my top 10 favorite films. It's just that funny. Anything, it's just
Like,
joke, 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 and
the
they're
Jump
so
Street
cool.
movies have some of the best meta humor you'll ever see in a film.
I remember that apparently the sequel shows you what if they made more sequels and
Yes,
shows the post. I
there's a whole
love
point.
that. That looks so funny. That does reflect
Although
their sense of humor as
it does
well.
kind of screw over the third movie though. That the inevitable third movie.
Yeah. So another question is, do you guys like Doctor Who or Mr. Bean? That's a really strange versus.
Yeah, they're very, very different shows. Well, the hardcore Whovian myself. I haven't watched any Mr. Bean in years.
For me, I've not. It's probably the other way around because I've not watched Doctor Who for years, but I've watched.
You're a British nerd. You're supposed to, by law, watch Doctor Who.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy just didn't watch it like over the past few years because he thinks the last two Doctors before Capaldi were essentially glorified Blue Peter presenters.
That's a brilliant description. That's mean. So yeah, I love Mr. Beam. I can never get tired of Mr. Beam. I need to get back to Doctor Who at some point.
I think my favorite Mr. Bean was the one where he takes his girlfriend to the cinema to see Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that sounds brilliant already. The setup is already genius.
And we gauge the reactions. We get the typical like Mr. Bean being a dick to his girlfriend by ordering himself a large popcorn and ordering her a minuscule one. And the film gets too scary for him to watch, so he puts the big tub over his head to block it out.
The great thing about Mr. Bean is like it doesn't matter what situation you put him in, it's going to be genius.
Yes.
You can just put him in any situation. It's just fantastic. Another question is, do you guys hate where movie or TV show leak? Oh, when movies leak. When movies and TV shows
when
leak.
they leak?
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. When?
Well, usually when they leak, I don't follow them. I just wait, like every other sensible person.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get people that are like, I want the right to see it now. No. Why? I mean, like, the ones that I get most confused about, the people that want to see the first draft of a script straight away before it's the finished film, and it's like, no, that's not going to be the end result. So what are you going to get out of it? If you want, I understand once you've seen it is interesting, but why before it? You're going to spoil everything. That experience is going to be so different, and you might even end up undervaluing the film because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we don't like that. Worst movie based on a video game. I've not seen many, to be honest, because of their reputation.
Oh God, so many to choose from. It'll either be Doom, Silent Hill Revelations, or oh God, what was it? Max Payne. Yeah, they were just abominations.
They must be destroyed.
Yeah.
No,
the only ones I legitimately enjoy are, funnily enough, Super Mario Brothers.
It looks fun for what it is.
Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for Super Mario Brothers because it was like it was one of the first films I ever saw at the cinema when I was like really young. I was 3, and my family and I were in St. Helens, and we just went to the local cinema to go see it, and it's just an experience I never forgot. So that kind of I do have kind of rose tinted glasses on whenever I think back to seeing Super Mario Brothers for the first time.
It's interesting with nostalgic connections. I mean, like, I watched Scary Movie 2 last night, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
the opening Exorcist spoof is funny though.
Oh yeah. But the thing was that I was so connected to it in the sense of like, oh, I remember that I couldn't get angry enough at it. And I could imagine myself, if I hadn't grown up with this, I would have hated this movie to death because it sums up everything that I hate.
About spoof movies?
Sorry?
About spoof movies?
Probably, yeah.
Even worse than the Freeburg Seltzer films?
I think they wrote the first two Scary Movies, didn't they?
No,
As
they didn't write the
well?
second one. They co-wrote the first one.
Yeah. Oh,
The second one was entirely the Wayans brothers.
you can see that as well. Definitely, in the sense of humor, it's very Wayans, very very Wayans.
Uh,
I'm glad I've not seen any of the other Wayne brothers films, to be honest.
Scorin was asking you, why is everyone being so mean to Chicken Little?
It's mainly Chicken Little question. Yeah, we've already talked about Chicken Little, everyone.
Worst video game cartoon? I think we can all agree on Legend of Zelda.
But that's funny bad though, I think, at the same time.
There was that Street Fighter cartoon from the mid-90s.
I don't remember.
It was basically just a G.I. Joe ripoff with like with Guile instead of Duke and Bison instead of Cobra Commander.
I can't remember off the top of my head because I have grown up with a load of cartoons and I can't think of any that were based on. Oh, except for the Sonic cartoons.
Oh, I loved Sonic Satam. Yeah. I also had a soft spot for Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog at a young age. I think the rather off-the-wall, surrealist humor of it kind of appealed to my deranged mind.
I remember growing up with Underground the most, but I don't remember any of it. All I remember is the theme song.
Right.
Because it was just such an awesome theme song.
Sonic Underground was a weird one. A rock band with his sibling hedgehogs.
Pure focus group material.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Jimmy Neutron TV show? Okay, I have a bit of a connection to this TV show because when I can't remember how old I was probably like my late teens, I ended up getting a part-time job mainly because my family kept insisting I should get one. And the thing was that I only got the job to make my parents happy. I didn't really want to buy anything. I wasn't living independent yet, so I was thinking, why do I need this money? What do I buy with it? So I would go to work, feel miserable, then go buy Jimmy Neutron DVDs for a couple of quid, come back and cheer myself up with Jimmy Neutron. This horrible cycle.
I loved the movie. I only ever saw like 1 or 2 episodes of the show.
The show is all right. It's just, I think my only problem with it is the timing of the animation when they're trying to tell a joke is really awkward, and the way the characters react off each other, the way that some of the jokes are delayed, it's like really cringy. But as a show, it's cute. It's cute and harmless, but nothing special when you consider the existence of things like Dexter's Lab and stuff. It's very unremarkable, but it's just cute and harmless. It's okay. It's a nice cheer me up kind of thing. Worst Nick show, Rocket Power.
Doug.
I can kind of forgive Doug because it's got that nice laid back feel to it at the same time. As boring as it is, it's like, it's chilled.
Yeah. But I guess I just wanted like sensationalism in my cartoons.
That's what we need to do to Doug. We need to over-glamorize Doug, completely change it.
You can't sexify Doug. Come on.
Penny would have really gone Patty Mayonnaise.
Why are you guys live streaming when you should be producing content?
Did we just really get that? Oh no, it's Blue Hair Cyborg.
Oh dear.
I really thought it was a legitimate point.
Because I just love keeping my fans in suspense.
Okay, it's another question. It's Robotic Stooges. Is the Stooges getting robot powers in them to fight crime?
It's not a question.
Stupid and unfunny. Sorry?
It's not a question.
Oh, sorry, it's a statement.
Yeah. Try the next one. Thoughts on Danger Mouse?
I've not seen it in a long time.
Same. I enjoyed it from what I initially saw. Oh, we've got another Mr. Bean.
Is this live stream going to be made up of Chicken Little and Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
Chicken Little or Mr. Bean.
Well, I've never seen a full episode of the animated Mr. Bean.
Yes, the question is, yeah, what are our thoughts on the anime Mr. Bean? It's okay. It's okay. I don't enjoy it as much as the live show because the live show has the genius of Rowan Atkinson's physical performance.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it works well for a cartoon, but at the same time, it's just missing something. It's missing what Rowan Atkinson brought to the screen. And I don't think that even animation can replicate that because it's got its own distinct charm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are our thoughts on Mr. Bean animated. Do you like Joe Dirt? And are you guys going to see Joe Dirt 2? I've not seen Joe Dirt 1.
Neither have I.
No, it's David Spade.
That's pretty much all you need to know.
Yeah. Then again, I do want to see his movies with Chris Farley. I'd like to check them out.
Oh, I heard about that heartbreaking documentary about Chris Farley that's in the works.
I have to see that then, because I've seen his the biography channel documentary of him. That's just how he died was like the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Apparently, he was the original voice of Shrek before Mike Myers was cast.
Yes, he was. Yes, yeah, that would have been interesting.
Definitely.
I think it could have worked. Could have.
That's just another what could have been.
Oh, that should be a documentary on its own. Chris Farley Shrek. So another question is thoughts on Cadillac and dinosaurs, and no, it's about dinosaurs driving a Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it. Don't know what to say about that. Another question is, do you like the Vacation movies?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Vacation and Christmas Vacation are the best.
I love them. I do like European Vacation, but I think that's because it was the first one I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And it was set in England for the most part, so I connected the two.
I love the stereotypes for each country. Like in England, everyone's so insufferably polite, even when you knock them off their bicycle with your car. In France, everyone's an asshole who condescends to you. In German, they're all like beer swilling lederhosen wearing dance.
That's the great thing, though, is that National Lampoon could get away with that. Somehow, they did it so well.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, it's really hard watching one sequence where Chevy Chase has a dream sequence of Princess Diana.
Oh.
Looking back on it now, it's like, oh dear. Oh no. Chevy Chase. ABC Family, ABC.
We're not Americans.
Yeah, I don't have those channels. Really don't. Favorite spoof movie? Ooh, that is a good
Naked
one.
Gun.
I'd say probably. I remember laughing the most at Naked Gun 2, but I remember Naked Gun 1 the most.
Oh.
But no, Airplane. I'm probably going with Airplane because Airplane has a wonderful consistency in its pattern and rhythm for its joke delivery. It's kind of like it's just I love it. I just love anything that can do that. I think that's what makes the films of Phil Lord and Chris Miller so good. It's got the same kind of comedy aesthetic as well. So and that is a compliment. If you can revive what Airplane started. So yeah, I'd go with Airplane / the Naked Gun films. Just basically
anything by the Zucker brothers.
Yeah, just the Zucker brother movies. Even Ghost.
I love when they parodied Ghost in Naked Gun 2.5.
Yes.
And even in the teaser trailer, I get from the brother of the director of Ghost.
That's genius. Another question is, have you heard of Josie and the Pussycats in Outer
Space? We missed out worst spoof movies.
Oh!
We already answered that, I think, with Scary Movie 2.
Yeah. I'm probably going with Scary Movie 2 as well.
I actually thought Scary Movie 5 was worse.
I've not seen it yet.
Yeah, I actually shelled out money to see that.
Only yourself to blame there.
Shame on me.
I do remember not really liking Scary Movie 4, but there was something about Scary Movie 4 that I liked how they... This is something Scary Movie's done a few times before, but the idea that they take all these different movies to tell their own story, there's something interesting about that. but that's the only compliment I can give
Just,
to it.
like just basically a potpourri of whatever horror movie trends are hot at the time they're
Yeah,
made.
there's almost like a filmmaking method to it that's like really interesting to me. I don't know what it is. It's like
Yeah, like but Scary Movie 3 and 4 were like they parody alien invasion thrillers and Japanese ghost movies.
such a strange combination.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have Scary Movie 2 or just any of the Scary movies. But the Scary Movie 1 was okay, I think.
I did when I first saw Scary Movie 1, like at a young age, I laughed my ass off completely. I thought it was one of the funniest films ever.
So
I was 10 at the time, so like you can't really.
yeah.
I was stupid.
I think that it has its moments, but as a concept, it's incredibly redundant considering it's a spoof of a spoof.
Yeah, Scream was already like a thinly veiled parody of slasher movies to begin with.
Exactly. So. But for what it is, it's okay. It's watchable. I've seen much worse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, back to the other question was Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space, which I've never heard of.
Me neither.
So another question is, how are you both this evening?
We're a good movie, gal.
Very good. Not much to add to that. We're feeling positive.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Space Dandy? Not seen it yet. But
I love Space Dandy. It's just so trippy and crazy.
That's why I want to see it.
It's actually got a really nice. It combines nice slapstick with very Douglas Adams-esque humor as well, which I love about it.
Making me want to see it more and more. I'm gonna just save up. Save and try and get it. So yeah, that's Foul's thoughts on Space Dandy, and I've not seen it. Have you seen Gravity Falls or Over the Garden Wall? No.
Gravity Falls, that's on my list. I've seen one episode. I have to see the rest.
I get a lot of people asking me to see it and asking my thoughts on it, and I'm just not. It's on my list to see, but I don't know why. But I keep forgetting whenever I'm about to watch a cartoon. So yeah, I might try and save up for the DVD. Mm-hmm. See, and I am interested in Over the Garden Wall. That sounds interesting. I've heard some interesting things about it. It sounds my cup of tea because I like Adventure Time. So yeah, and do you like Toonami back in the day? Of course.
I loved it back in the day. I rushed home from school to watch Dragon Ball Z,
yes.
Tenchi Muyo, and Gundam Wing.
But Gundam was the only thing I didn't watch. My brother watched it loads, but when I look back now, I wish I did because I feel as if I missed out big time considering its impact.
Yeah, it was good shit.
I want to try and get back to it, but like Dragon Ball Z, totally. Tenchi Muyo.
Muyo? Moyo.
Moyo.
Muyo.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else there was on Toonami.
Did they have Samurai Jack? Yeah.
I think they did. I can't remember now, but I remember is mainly just watching Dragon Ball Z more than anything.
Of course.
Religiously.
Where we all got into it.
So the next one is thoughts on Duckman. I've not seen it, but I think it's on my list. I'm not too sure. Have you seen Duckman?
Yeah.
I think it's a Klasky Csupo production. I'm not too sure. I think it is. Do you guys think there should be another South Park movie? Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely. The first movie showed so much potential already, and it's a classic, and the South Park universe has so much potential.
And yeah, think about what a South Park movie would be like now with the more firmly established paradigm that came with the later seasons.
Exactly. There's just so much there. I really do hope the thing is with Trey and Matt is that they keep saying they're going to do these features, but they're not happening.
I think what they'll do more movies when the show ends.
So we're not going to get another movie then.
Because making the first movie was like in the break between seasons was such a backbreaking and grueling process for them.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think they'll go through it again.
I know that they're definitely not going to do puppets again. For certain.
Oh dear.
For Pete's sake. Would Chicken Little be better if it was mashed up with Mr. Bean?
Totally.
I've not seen Chicken Little, so I don't know. Would it? I think wouldn't it be funny if just replaced Chicken Little, the character, with Mr. Bean, where everyone would just be mean to Mr. Bean? That's the concept.
Oh, that's awful.
So another one is, do you like BBC Sherlock?
Yep.
What do you like about it?
The intricate plotting, the chemistry between Cumberbatch and Freeman. It's just... What's not to love about it, really?
It's definitely on my list because I do love Mark Gatiss. I just love... Gatiss. I need pronunciation lessons.
Clearly.
So yeah, Sherlock. Thoughts on Inside Out? Very excited.
I'm really looking forward to that. Actually,
I'm so excited.
I've seen some of the advanced reviews. They're saying it's one of Pixar's most thoughtful movies.
I'm so excited. Why can't we have it earlier? We get Minions early, but we don't get that early.
So everyone just wants, because everyone wants to go see a movie about little yellow Tic Tacs that make silly noises.
That's the best description I've ever heard. They are, basically. I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to remake Minions using yellow Tic Tacs. Or just do Despicable Me, the whole movie. Little yellow Tic Tacs. Potato for Gru.
God.
So another one is thoughts on Podge and Roger Scare at Bedtime. Never heard of it.
Heard of it? What's Robotic Stooges?
Robotic Stooges is the Three Stooges getting robotic powers or something, which sounds really cool, but also sounds really stupid. Thoughts on Paul Blart Mall Cop 1 and 2?
Never seen them, never will. You will never make me part ways with my money for any of that.
No, I've not seen any of the Paul Blart films, and not seen any of the Grown Ups films as well.
I am still so resentful at Grown Ups 2 for stealing the #1 spot away from Pacific Rim at the box office.
Bastards!
Yeah, friggin'. Yeah, this is what American moviegoers want to see, folks. Not a kick-ass film about kaijus and mechas.
No, we want to see more Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler and his frat boy bunch, who wouldn't have careers if it wasn't for him.
Exactly. I mean, like I see Rob Schneider as the poor man's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
Really, yeah.
Adam Sandler's already a poor man's Adam Sandler these days.
Another question is, have you seen Nostalgia Critic's Small Wonder video? I have, and I found it interesting because I've never heard of Small Wonder, and he did make some very interesting observations about his existence. Basically, Small Wonder was it was a sitcom about a man who made his own robot daughter. And throughout the whole it lasted for 4 seasons. The robot daughter talks like a robot the whole time. And it's played by child actors.
That sounds creepy.
It comes off really creepy, but it's played off in a cheesy tone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just got these really strange tonal shifts in it, and it doesn't know whether it wants to be for kids or adults because it has both kinds of jokes. It's fascinating, and that it's strange how it lasted for 4 seasons.
Yeah, well, is it any stranger than how Full House lasted as many seasons?
Yeah. He did make the same observation as well.
That's right.
So another one is favorite Star Wars movies and worst Star Wars movies, and you were going to see Star Wars 7. Which would you say?
Well, I would say favorites are the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Worst ones are the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. And yes, I am seeing Star Wars 7, as is everyone else.
I think I'm probably going to say the same answer, because I think Empire Strikes Back was probably the best one. The worst one, definitely Attack of the Clones, mainly because that's the one that I remember the least, because I do consider the Star Wars prequels guilty pleasures because they're so campy, cheesy, and rubbish.
I hate sand.
I just get a lot out of them because of that, but Attack of the Clones, I just don't remember much even happening in that one. And that has some of the worst lines in it.
It was the one film in the series I never felt compelled to watch a second time.
Exactly. It was like,
Yeah, so
But I do.
I don't think the love story between Anakin and Padme could have been any more bland and cookie cutter.
Oh, definitely. And I am definitely looking forward to Star Wars Episode 7 as long as they make good use out of the original actors, because that's what appeals to me the most.
As long as it'll be a torch passing ceremony in a way.
Yeah. As long as they do get enough screen time, though. I don't want them to kind of like
they're not going to cheapen them.
Yeah, that is my only fear. As long as they don't, it could be a terrible film, but as long as they give those guys some screen time, which would be great. That's all.
Yeah, by torch passing, I don't mean the ominous hint of Shia LaBeouf taking over Indies.
Imagine if that was the case, Shia LaBeouf as Luke Skywalker's son.
Oh.
You've got to get away from the dark side. Do it! Do it! I want to see.
He'd be saying it in a much faster voice, like a really like sort of a babbling in an irritating way. You gotta get away from the dark side.
Has anyone compiled a mashup of Darth Vader's No and Shia LaBeouf's No? Because that needs to happen.
Oh, someone probably has.
They probably most likely have.
I haven't found it yet.
I'd love to see Darth Vader. It's just Shia LaBeouf as Darth Vader in the costume going, no. That'd be brilliant. Okay, so another question is, I don't think that. Oh wait, what? What is this question? It's not a spoof, but the worst film I have seen is Nativity 2. I didn't. Okay, that is a statement. Yeah, that's a statement. And the question was asking how my girlfriend is, and she's doing good. Thank you. Another question is favorite comic strip.
Comic strip. Not really.
Peanuts. Peanuts.
I used to love reading Buster. That's pretty much it.
I'd definitely say Peanuts. Well, anything's better than anything we get in newspapers nowadays. Anything. So another question is worst Cartoon Network show.
Ooh.
I can't.
Never really liked Mike, Lou, and Og.
Yeah, I remember watching it religiously, but when I look back on it, it's like, what was that?
Yeah.
I really don't remember much about that. I can't, off the top of my head though, I can't think of anything by Cartoon Network that really went low.
I mean, I used to watch Cartoon Network all the time as a kid, and I'd always like change channel if Scooby Doo or the Flintstones was on, because I was never really that into them.
So anything by Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, essentially. Sorry, William and Joseph.
They're in the graves right now. You have to make it up to them by watching Tom and Jerry in the movie.
No. I saw that at the cinema as a kid as well.
What?
Because my mom thought it would be a good way to get me to shut up.
You probably did, but not in the right way. So another question is, how am I enjoying Dragon Ball Jambareeqi? So yeah, I have been watching a lot of Dragon Ball lately, but only the first 3 episodes, and yeah, I'm liking it so far, because I didn't watch that much Dragon Ball as a kid. I mainly watched Dragon Ball Z more than all 3 Dragon Ball series.
I heard Dragon Ball is kind of more whimsical and lighthearted than Dragon Ball Z.
It's very cartoony, and I think that's what appeals to me. It's very comedic and it's upbeat, and I kind of like it. It's nice so far, but I've only watched the first 2 episodes, so you never know how it's going to go.
Yeah, I gotta watch the original as well at some point.
So another question is, what favorite DVD you have? Mary Max.
Mary Max?
Mary Max is an Australian stop motion movie, and it's amazing.
I think I heard. Oh, yeah, that was that was recent, wasn't it?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Depends what you count as recent.
Just favorite. I think my favorite DVD would probably be Evil Dead 2, simply for the fact that it has one of my favorite movie commentaries on it.
I want to hear that. I know it's going to be good.
Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, Scott Spiegel, and Greg Nicotero just tear the movie to shreds. It's an absolute joy to listen
to. Hear this immediately. That sounds so good. So another one is: have you heard of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home? Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait till your father gets. Until your father gets. Wait till your father gets home.
See, I heard of that through Channel 4's 100 Greatest Cartoons. I've not seen it, but
I saw some of it on Cartoon Network when I was really young.
I remember wasn't there like some wasn't the main character really right wing, and
vaguely, yeah.
I think it was set during the Cold War. I can't remember. I've only seen, like I said, I've only seen it through the countdown, so I don't know. So yeah, we've heard of it. What do you think of Book of Mormon? I want to see Book of Mormon.
Me too. I have to see Book of Mormon.
Me too. I will sell
every time I've been in London, though. I just never have the time to go see it. I have to stay longer next time.
Oh, I want to see it so much. I need to find a way. I have to sneak behind the stage. I have to get into the production. Another question is: a Simpsons movie or SpongeBob movie? SpongeBob. Totally SpongeBob.
I haven't seen SpongeBob.
It's awesome. It's really awesome.
But I did enjoy the Simpsons movie, even though it felt like a sort of extended episode of the show, essentially.
Yeah. Well, most people know my thoughts on it through the review, so you can check that out if you want to know more my opinion on it. So another question is: thoughts on Snoopy Come Home?
So ask us questions about shows we're likely to have watched.
Yeah, because I've seen reviews of Snoopy Come Home, but I don't remember seeing it. I think I did. I can't remember. See, the only Snoopy movie I fondly remember very clearly would be Race on Charlie Brown, because it had one of the best running jokes ever where one of the kids, the kid with the blanket, what was his name again? I can't remember now. I think it was Linus or something, and he has a blanket, and all the way through the film he just goes up to everyone and goes, get back with his blanket. It's like, what? So I really like that one. Another question is: what do you think of South Park? We're going to be here all night if you can ask that question.
We'll be waxing lyrical about it.
It's brilliant. It's just fantastic. It's
one of the smartest, most subversive, and utterly hilarious animated shows ever made.
And imaginative. It's so imaginative.
Mm-hmm.
It's so creative in what it's trying to do, and I love how it gets cinematic. Despite its limitations, it knows how to get big visually, and that's one of the things that makes the movie so good as well. It's like it knew it had crude animation, but it was like, screw it, this is what we want to do. We're going to be ambitious, and they embraced it. I love that for it. So yeah, we love South Park. I adore South Park so much. I think it's best to just ask us a specific question, like a sub-question about South Park, because there's just so much to say about it.
No, now we're being asked about the Cornetto trilogy.
Oh, so our thoughts on Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Oh, that's another one where it could be all night.
It is definitely one of my favorite movie trilogies.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. I don't know where to begin with them. They're just so well done. I think Edgar Wright is just so brilliant at visual storytelling.
They celebrate and subvert the very genres they send up.
Exactly.
In great ways.
It's genius.
Yeah. I think Hot Fuzz was always my favorite of the three.
Oh, same, definitely.
Yeah, just because I don't know. I just loved the whole idea of like making an American style kind of buddy cop movie, but in a quaint English film.
Exactly. I think that's one of the best things about the Cornetto trilogy is how damn British they are. It's why I actually find Shaun of the Dead kind of creepy, because I recognize the setting so well. I connect to the setting so well, so it makes me like, oh, I can imagine zombies being there. That's really unnerving.
I think also Shaun of the Dead does actually have. Do you ever see? Have you ever seen American Werewolf in London?
Yes.
Well, like Shaun of the Dead actually really captures the tone of that film very well, like mixing like really ghoulish comedy with like some moments of straight up horror, and
exactly, yeah, it
really
really does manage.
Really dry humor undercutting it all.
It's brilliant, and I love the relationship between Sean and Ed as well.
Oh yeah,
really touching.
That was the real romance of the film.
It was. It was much stronger than the actual romance.
Yes.
Brilliant. I love them. I always tear up at the end. I always do.
But hey, remember, they're always going to be able to play Time Splitters together.
Oh, not another pizza question. Every time I do a live stream with a guest, everyone's asking pizza questions. Thoughts on pizza pie, Foul?
Pizza pie. Well, pizza or pie.
What?
No, I love pizza. Pizza is...
Look what you've done! You've broken FoulFangedFiend! Another question is, have you heard of... What? You've turned it to Ed.
Oh no, my brain came out!
Have you heard of The Secret Show? I think I have.
You're not meant to talk about it, though.
Oh, yes. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, have you guys seen the pilot episode of Heil Honey, I'm Home? I've seen a review of it.
I want to see it. I also want to see like that short-lived That's My Bush.
I do, yes, definitely want to see That's My Bush. It's an interesting idea. It really is, and the fact that Matt and Trey were part of it makes it even more enticing. So yeah,
that came from my good friend Mr. Score and Go, who's at the moment really getting into a lot of British comedy.
Ah, good. He needs to check out Young Ones.
Yeah, he saw A Fish Called Wanda, and that really made him fall in love with
it. Brilliant. Check out Young Ones, Bottom, Blackadder.
Red Dwarf.
Yes, Red Dwarf. Yes. Brilliant show.
Father Ted.
Definitely. So another question is, worst pilot that ever came to be? That never came to... Oh, the worst pilot that never came to be. I haven't seen that many pilots, to be honest, that haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah. I suppose I'd have to say the 1996 Doctor Who TV movie, which was intended as a backdoor pilot for an American-produced continuation of the show.
I really can't think of anything. No.
This is Doctor Who, but with more vehicle chases and hot tongue action between the Doctor and his companion. In many ways, it was kind of the bridge between old and new. But nah, rubbish plot. Probably the worst portrayal of the Master by Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts played him.
Yes. growling most of his lines like he's touching cloth.
I would see this. So another question is, worst animation decade?
I'd say the 80s.
I was going to say the 80s, definitely. Considering what?
Cheap Ruby Spears Funimation shit. Not Funimation, Filmation.
Filmation, yeah. But at the same time, it was where Disney was really starting to lose its edge. So definitely that era.
There's this weird sort of mandate that all like 80s cartoons had to have like really heavy-handed moral lessons crowbarred into them. I'm just like He-Man or that Mr. T cartoon.
So yeah, the 80s.
Yeah.
Usually it's the best decade.
Thoughts on Star Trek movies, TV show, and the animated series. I'm kind of ashamed of myself for having not watched any of the Star Trek animated series yet. Because I heard there's actually some really good episodes in it.
I want to see that. I do want to see it actually.
Like it was apparently it was. Yeah, that was actually the first. The show actually featured the first ever appearance of the holodeck in the Star Trek universe.
Oh, sweet!
Like over a decade before the Next Generation introduced it.
It's like foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
But thoughts on the movies and TV show as well?
The movies. Well, as we all know, all the even-numbered Trek movies are classics. Apart from Nemesis. TV shows. I only got a few seasons into the Next Generation, which is apparently like I stopped before it actually started getting really good. I mean, I should probably get back to it at some point.
It's like you bailed at the right moment.
I bailed at the wrong moment.
Wrong moment, sorry. So yeah, my thoughts. I really enjoy The Next Generation. I used to watch it nearly every time it would come on. Really, I can't remember what time it came on. Like really awkward hours at some point when I got into it, like 2 o'clock in the morning on like I think it was the BBC. I can't remember what channel, but it was a very awkward time to be awake and watching it. But that's when I would watch it religiously. So I really got into it. But my biggest connection to anything Star Trek was the magazines. I loved magazines that gave away DVDs.
Oh, I subscribed to that magazine.
Yes, it was genius. They basically had Star Trek magazines.
Each time they'd give you a DVD of either a movie or several episodes of The Next Generation.
Exactly, it was so cool. And I still got my copies as well. I got First Contact and Generations.
Yeah, First Contact was one of the best.
I loved First Contact. I really enjoyed. That's what got me even more into Star Trek. That film, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, we like Star Trek.
Yeah, we're casual Star Trek.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that. I need to see the reboots. I am interested in the reboots. I do want to check them out. I do want to see Star Trek 2 as well because shamefully I have not seen it.
The Wrath of Khan, you haven't seen?
I have not seen the Wrath of Khan.
The one that the most quoted, the most well known of all the Star Trek movies.
I am very ashamed. Let's move on to another question, okay? Forget about that. Another question is, I'm making a movie about Kurt Geron. Any tips on tragedy and drama?
Tragedy and drama? When you say tips, do you mean like...
I think writing.
How to construct tragedy and drama?
I don't know why that was a gesture for writing. That looked like knitting.
Yeah, you write weird, clearly.
Yeah. That's how I write all my scripts. I've got an idea for a brilliant screenplay. Pass my needles.
Yes, that's all of his ideas are done in needlepoint.
What was the question again?
We're being asked how to write tragedy and drama.
Right,
this is a little too deep for a fun Q&A. I think
it's very hard because you need this. It's like you want the context of what the story is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the context drives the kind of things you want to avoid and aim for. So it's. It depends on the tone you go for and the context your story is going to be in, because there are certain things you can get away with depending on the tone, but there's some things you should really avoid depending on the tone. So yeah.
That's that.
Do you guys remember the show Rosie and Jim?
Oh, yes.
I loved Rosie and Jim. The interesting thing was that my auntie lived where it was filmed or produced, which was Stratford upon Avon. There was a museum. There's a museum for Rosie and Jim. But to get to the museum, you had to go up a canal.
On a long
It was really ironic. It was brilliant. A really good childhood experience. That was wonderful. I remember actually trying to help get a boat through the canal as well, pushing one of those things.
What was the other one? Tots TV was another.
Yes. Yes, I remember that as well. That was a trippy show.
Ragdoll Productions made those shows.
Yeah. I want to watch that show now. I want to go back to these shows, see if they hold up. I remember them really weird, and I like weird old stuff. Another question is thoughts on War Days live Q&A and Why Boy live Q&A. That is a really odd question. Thoughts on the 2 live streams I've done before? I don't know. I've not really. They were fun. I don't know what else to say about them. They were fun. I hope people enjoyed them. So another question is, did you like the season 18 of South Park premiere? What was that? What episode was that?
I've lost track of like seasons in South Park.
One sec, I'm just going to search what it was, because I probably do have an opinion on it. Season 18. Going to be here a while. It was
Go Fund Yourself.
Yeah, I didn't like that episode.
Yeah,
I was a bit.
It was a bit just kind of very weak attempt at parody that time.
I think it was trying to do 2 things at once as well, which is when it does that, it's like, what is your point? What is your focus? And it loses that identity. And one of the great strengths of South Park is finding episode identities. And that episode,
all the episodes of season 18 so far have like tried to be really like super topical, like the GoFundMe trends, the whole gluten Ebola thing, transgender issues.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to make you. The Magic Bush was the one where I was like, no, because that one was just so much. It just tried to tackle so many things that happen right now. Desperate, like, just clinging on to everything.
You know what they say about too many cooks?
So yeah, GoFundMe is a mere episode.
Yeah.
So another question:
what's better, British or American comedy? British, obviously.
I think we
don't hesitate on that.
I think we have the better shows and they have the better films.
All right, we'll give them that.
Yeah, I do think that. But you never know. It depends. If you could do a subgenre of the comedies, you could probably narrow it down even further, which would be really interesting. But yeah. Thoughts on that Guy with the Glasses movies like Kick-Ass, Taboli, Fleeing Suburban Nights? I enjoyed them as a fan of Channel Awesome, but as movies, they're not that good. They are essentially fan service. And they're fun, they're entertaining for people that like those reviewers and seeing them dress up and play about. It's fun for us as a fan base, but anyone else that watches it, they'll be confused and frustrated and annoyed, and they will not enjoy it because they're not exactly great films. They're great fan service.
Yeah.
They do what they do.
Yeah, so they're very niche.
They are. That's the downside to them, really, is that I can appreciate them on a level, but I can't share them with anyone unless I showed them all these reviewers, which is the inherent problem with them.
One directed at me. What is your favorite and least favorite movie? Give me about 10 hours. My favorite movie of all time is actually James Cameron's Aliens.
Ah.
Yeah, that's just probably the most rewatchable movie in my whole collection. God, everything about it I adore. Least favorite movie, Frank Miller's film adaptation of The Spirit. Oh God, I saw that at the cinema. It was a life-draining, soul-destroying exercise.
I just don't know what to make of that movie. It's like the whole time you're like,
and the true tragedy is we almost got a really great movie based on The Spirit by Brad Bird. Yeah, back in the 80s, he wanted to do an animated movie of The Spirit.
Frank Miller.
Yeah, Frank Miller's got issues, man.
Oh, I didn't mind Frank Miller until I knew that fact.
Yeah. Frank, please write a convincing multi-dimensional female character who's not a prostitute or
You are asking for a lot. Okay, so yeah, there was Ray's favorite and least favorite movies. Oh, so this is another one for Foul.
Oh, no, he didn't distract it, you.
Oh, is it? Oh, so it says, since I know Tony, who's FoulFangedFiend, hasn't seen it yet. By the way, Tony, FoulFangedFiend, we should see it together at some point.
We will, Charlie. We will, buddy.
Jambareeqi, what's your thoughts on Rick and Morty if you've seen it yet? I've not seen it yet, and I hear about it lots and lots of times, and I will...
He's got a huge heart-on for the show.
I will give it a try. There's so many cartoons at the moment that are really popular I need to see, and I'm too busy watching Adventure Time. I'm trying to keep up with that. Yeah, I'm trying to keep Adventure Time, but like then there's all these other stuff. I need to see Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Rick and Morty, regular show. There's all sorts of shows been recommended.
Just don't watch Uncle Grandpa.
I've heard bad things about that one.
It's painful.
So yeah, Rick and Morty, I've not really got any opinions on it. Thoughts on the Back to the Future trilogy?
Oh, another classic movie trilogy.
Definitely.
I was never really that keen on the third film when I was really young because I wasn't into westerns at all.
Same. Same.
I loved the second movie because of the whole what the future looks like in 2015.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It was,
and the whole and how it plays around with the timeline of the original film.
Yeah,
I was a huge sucker for that.
I was, yeah.
That's what makes it such a great sequel. I mean, how many like second installments of you go back in time and revisit the events of the first from a different perspective?
It's a brilliant idea. I really enjoyed the Back to the Future films. I really do. I need to rewatch the third one because it's been a long time since I last saw it. But the first
I like it. I like the third one much better now, with my more refined tastes.
Mature, classier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we like the Back to the Future films. They're good. They're very good movies. They are classics, definitely classics.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Harry Potter books and movies?
Oh, they're fun. They're entertaining. Just don't think too hard about them.
See, I've only read the first two books. When I was younger, when I read the books were really, really popular, and I just wanted to keep up with everyone. So I was trying to read, just skip pages even, just so I could say to parents, I finished it. Can I have the new one now so I can fit in?
I was like that too, although I only got a few chapters into Goblet of Fire before I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think that was me too. I got to Prison Azkaban and I was like done. But like the movies, I really enjoy the movies. They're very entertaining popcorn films.
They feel like sometimes though there are things they throw in just to please fans of the books that the casual audience will just not understand.
But at the same time, apparently they miss a lot out as well.
Yeah, the attempts at like the romance between Harry and I can't even remember the girl's name in the Prince, was it?
What was that? I can't remember myself.
I need to rewatch them again.
Yeah, they're fun. I really like the movies. I've watched them many, many times. My favorite is Order of the Phoenix. I really like the Order of the Phoenix movie because it taps into so many things that I love. Conspiracies, rebellion.
Yeah, that was one of the better films in the series.
I think the thing I like the most about Order of the Phoenix is it really balanced the colorful humor with the dark, sinister side.
Yeah.
That's what made it so fun to me. I really like that one. That's one of my rewatchable films, on my top 10 rewatchable films.
Do you remember the animated series of The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber?
The Mask and Ace Ventura, yes. Dumb and Dumber, no.
I remember the Dumb and Dumber cartoon. They had a pet weasel, I think.
Yeah, or beaver. It was a beaver. Yeah.
But no, I did. I used to love watching The Mask. Yeah.
It was really crazy and fun.
I loved how they actually had a crossover between The Mask and Ace Ventura in animated form.
They did. I have to see that.
Yeah, I just. But no, the Mask was fun. I especially loved Tim Curry as Pretorius, the villain.
It's funny because I wasn't surprised you would say the villain.
Well,
Tim
obviously.
Curry is always a villain.
Yes, the role he plays best.
It is. He's brilliant. But no, the role, defining role, will always be a pirate.
Yes.
That's always been my favorite role by Tim Curry, and that's saying a lot.
Peter Pan and the Pirates. That was a classic.
I love Muppet Treasure Island. Love it.
Oh yeah. Wasn't Tim Curry the voice of Captain Hook in Peter Pan and the Pirates?
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah. Another classic.
Basically, yeah. Basically, if you've got an animated villain, you have to cast Tim Curry in the role.
Even if it's just a toxic sludge in Fern Gully.
Definitely. So yeah, we've seen those cartoons, and they're good.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, entertaining. I definitely remember the mask the most out of all of them. That was the most colourful, crazy, and fun.
This is the man. Smoking.
So the person early on that was talking about writing a drama and tragedy has gone into detail about her idea. So it's about a person called Kurt Gerren, who was a Jewish director who was gassed in a concentration camp in Auschwitz the day before it closed. So our live stream's gone in a dark direction.
Oh, killjoy much.
I'm not sure how to write about that. It's a sensitive subject.
Yeah, and maybe we should reserve this for another time.
Yes, let's move on.
Yeah.
Before we say something really offensive. Right. Yeah. Another question is, as a potential of a nostalgia trip, do you guys remember Batfink? Yes, and it was awful.
I never saw Batfink.
I remember being on. What was it? There was like, you remember how there? I don't know if you guys had it in Ireland, but we had Digging It and SMTV Live.
No, I thought it was just Dig It.
Dig It, yes, that's it. Dig It. I think they changed it. We went from Digging It to Dig It to make it cooler. But like, yeah, then they did SMTV Live, and then they just had this. I can't remember what it was, but it was like SMTV Live with less hosts and less budget.
Oh.
And it was just terrible. Like, even one of them was like reenacting cartoons with someone's drawings. And it was such a cheap show.
Yeah.
And one of the things I think it was this that had Batfink, or was it something else? I can't remember. I remember seeing Batfink and think it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a very cheap, crappy show. It wasn't that good. I guess it kind of had its charm, the same kind of charm the original Spider-Man cartoon series had. Like the same kind of repeated animation, kind of like kind of cartoon. So yeah, Batfink. I've lost where we are now. Oh yeah, what actor or voice actor have you guys met in real life?
I met Kyle Hebert at Alcon. Really, well, yeah, he really is a bear.
Yes.
Big, cuddly teddy bear.
Yes.
Actor. I haven't met any big name actors.
Okay, where do I begin?
We're gonna be here all friggin' night.
Bill Farmer, Erin Fitzgerald.
I'm gonna get a coffee.
Sorry?
I'm gonna get a coffee.
Susan Sheridan, Kyle Hebert, Darren
Just Hebert, no hey.
Hey, yes, I've done that so many times. Even when I met him, I've pronounced it wrong. Damn it. Right, where was I? Who else is there now? I really can't think off the top of my head. But I'm meeting E.G. Daly tomorrow, who is the voice of Tommy Pickles and Buttercup in Powerpuff Girls. I'm doing an interview with her tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. That's probably the biggest name I've spoken to. See, I've met a lot from what I do. I interview a lot of voice actors, and I work with a lot for different projects. So yeah, just to narrow it down, I've met a lot. So yeah, so next question is, do you guys like Disney XD shows? I've not seen any. I've not had satellite TV for like eons, so I've not really watched any, to be honest.
Thoughts on Borat, Bruno, and Ali G? Borat was my favorite of the three, of course.
It's hard to sum up Sacha Baron Cohen because I remember the first time I saw him, loved him, and I laughed so hard at his films. But when I look back on him now, it's like, did I really laugh at
that? I know.
It's kind of like the novelty wears off once.
Yeah, I had that problem with Little Britain, I remember.
Oh, Little Britain, yeah, that novelty ran out really fast for me. Can't stand Little Britain. As a lot of my fans know, it's one of my least favorite shows ever. It's like how not to do a sketch show.
Right. Yeah, use the same characters and the same punchlines every bloody week.
Oh, don't get me started. So yeah, I'm not sure what to really say about those, to be honest. I do have a very nostalgic connection to Ali G, so I can kind of forgive Ali G, sort of, but I don't know what to really say about it. I haven't seen most of them for a while.
Bruno, one of the most mortifying experiences of my life was when my dad and I went to see Bruno at the cinema.
Oh no!
Yeah. The very definition of super awkward.
That is. Oh no! Just leave.
I wanted to at many points.
So, another question is thoughts on Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books and movies.
I have not read any of the books. I really, really dig the movies.
Same, but I've not watched the Hobbit movies yet, but I did really enjoy
None of them?
Sorry?
None of them?
Not any of them yet. No, not yet. I do plan to. Definitely. I definitely will do.
They're not as strong as the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and a bit overindulgent and not as focused. Too many comical interludes. But they're still done with real flair and style, and with plenty of great performances.
Mm.
It's definitely more worth a watch than any of the Star Wars prequels.
So yeah, my thoughts. Yeah, I really like the Lord of the Rings movies. I really enjoy them. I love the scale. I love the scope.
The world building. Yeah.
Yes, it's great. They're great movies that definitely embrace the universe that they're set in, while having incredibly memorable characters. They're just really well-made movies. I mean, Peter Jackson is an auteur. He's just a genius. He's brilliant.
An auteur.
Auteur. Me and pronunciations in this live stream tonight. There should be a counter at the bottom.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track. Right. What do you think of animator Richard Williams, who did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Raggedy Ann and Andy, and The Thief and the Cobbler, saying what he says about listening to music while animating slows down all and around hurts the final product.
Oh, so what Richard Williams says about listening to music while animating. All right, okay, so he's
do you listen to music while you animate?
So that's the question about listening to music while animating. I did when making Mellow Devil's Deal. I listened to a lot of horror that inspired me to create that tone and atmosphere, that creepy tone and atmosphere. But mainly when I animated War Days, I mostly watched lots of Digimon. I watched cartoons more than anything. I watched stuff because I wanted to keep my mood up, keep alive and focused, because it's just such a laborious process. Laborious process.
I'm your teacher today.
Tonight, yes, I have had a really busy day today, so I can't concentrate on my English tonight. Yeah, for those who want to know, I've basically been up and down Sheffield trying to find somewhere to help me make a decision about something. In the boiling heat that Britain rarely gets. We're not used to heat.
And when it does come, we don't know what to do about it.
Exactly. And then our brains fry. Like mine is tonight. Right. So yeah, I sometimes listen to music when animating, but it's mainly watching stuff, so I can get inspired. So yeah. Thoughts on Captain Name the Game Master?
Never watched it.
Never watched either, but I have seen a Star Trek Critics review of it. Yeah. It just looked terrible. So the question is, do you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, comic, TV show, movies, and toys? I remember having the toys. Oh,
yeah, my brothers had the toys. We had the turtle copter as well.
I remember having the toys where you could transform to real turtles to the Ninja Turtles. I could fold them up.
And I used to love the animated Turtles series from the 80s.
Oh yeah, same, definitely.
Although of course, I remember how it had to be changed though to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yes.
Because good old Maggie Thatcher didn't want the children of Britain to be watching shows in which the heroes were outlaw assassins who used ninja weapons.
Yeah, so I don't remember the movies that well. I remember the third one.
The first and second I used to love watching as a kid. I even liked the Vanilla Ice song, Ninja Rap.
Yeah, I've not really seen the first two, but I definitely remember the third one. What was the other one? I think that's it. Oh, the comic. I've not read the comic. I've not read the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic. So yeah, those are our thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wait, oh, that's a statement. Do you think you're ever going to make something with 2D animation? As a director, yes, definitely. As an animator, no, because I don't think I'm that good at doing 2D animation. I'm not that experienced at it. I'm more experienced with stop motion. Would you ever do 2D animation, Val?
You seriously asking me that?
Yes.
Well, I do, in a way.
Technically.
It's not my animation, though.
That's what you should do at some point, is actually do what Carl Masek did with Macross to make the Robotech franchise. Do your own version of that.
Yeah.
Take a bunch of anime, make your own show.
It's a genius in terms of pure business.
It is, totally. I love the idea. I think that's really clever. I love how they even made a film of it as well. That's like, what? That's really cool. So yeah, I would direct a 2D animation, but I wouldn't animate it myself. So what kind of question is this now? Thoughts on porn parody? What thoughts are there to have? I don't know what to say.
Parody?
Yeah, porn parodies.
Well, some of them have very imaginative titles. But,
yeah.
Men in Black Men, Armageddon, in Diana Jones.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I do remember there being a Castaway porn parody in Game Station once when I was looking through. Like, it was shoved with all these animated films. Jesus. I was like, what is this? What is this, like some kind of B-movie version of Castaway? So naive. So yeah. Not really got any thoughts on porn parody, sorry. Favorite comic book movies?
Oof. Well, I've said before, I think my most favorite comic book movie of all time will always be Richard Donner's Superman. It just really laid the groundwork for like the big budget superhero movies that we all know and love today.
I do need to rewatch it because I remember growing up with it. I definitely remember growing up with it. I need to rewatch it as an adult.
It is still as brilliant as ever.
For me, I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy because, well, you can see my review to know why more, but mainly because it blended humor and a sinister threat so well.
Yeah.
Because my problem with a lot of comic book movies would be that they're either depressingly boring.
If they're made by DC.
Yeah, they're usually like they're just so flat because they're taking themselves way too seriously, or they're way too goofy.
Yeah, like Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Yeah, and I think the Guardians of the Galaxy managed to blend those two things together so well, really well. It just ended up being entertaining, but also had a solid drama to it as well.
Yeah, I love it. Then again, I'm always a sucker for a bit of space opera.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wait. So what? Wait. Where are we? I'm trying to get back to where we were.
What TV show you guys like came back?
Oh, what TV show do you guys like that has returned? So,
well, I was very pleased with the most recent season of Arrested Development. Yeah, the one that Netflix produced.
I don't think I've seen that.
None of it?
I don't think. No, no. I've not seen any of it. I really am hot today.
Yeah.
I've never seen Arrested Development, ever. And it is on my, which I have seen episodes, but I just haven't.
You can't just dip in. You have to watch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's one of those shows where if it was on, I'd watch it, but it wasn't one that I stuck to.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd definitely say Futurama. Absolutely Futurama. I mean, like,
and now it's gone again.
Yeah, but I don't mind because it's left on such a great note. That ending was just so beautiful that I can be satisfied enough to accept it ending.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if a lot was wrapped up as well in that last season. I loved how they finally gave Zoidberg a chance to be happy. That was one of my favorite things. I think that's what added the satisfaction of it all wrapping up, was the idea that Zoidberg was finally given a chance to be happy. So yeah, I definitely go with Futurama.
Right.
I've got a question for you specifically.
What did your dad thinking of the swinging Willie and Bruno? Well, since I pretty much blocked out the memory from my mind for all eternity, I cannot say.
It's not the kind of thing you want to go into, is it?
I'm sure that he was cringing just as much as I was. And I will say no more. Next question.
Right, so another question is...
Another from Blue-Haired Cyborg.
How do you guys feel about... how are you guys feeling for Alcon this year? I reckon it's going to be great fun. I'm very excited about Alcon.
I'm stoked.
I'm so excited. There's just so much to look forward to this year. Mainly because this year I'm finally going to be staying at the actual university where it's held, the actual accommodations there.
Oh yeah, you stayed with a cousin last time.
Yeah, I always stay with my cousin when going to this convention. So
you gonna come to Liberty Park?
I think we're all gonna go for what's it called, waffle something.
Waffle?
Something.
Waffle House?
The Waffle House. That'd be great. Can I just stay in the Waffle House for the whole of Alcon? Trying to think. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do one of these in this weather again because I'm just not operating well today. Right. So Alcon, yes, I'm very excited because it's an opportunity to stay for longer, because every time I would go to Alcon, I'd have to be picked up by my cousin because the last bus would be at 11. So it was either take the bus or...
Yeah, so you couldn't stay and have fun with the cool kids.
Yeah, and I only once managed to have a chance to stay the night, but that meant having to sleep on the floor at someone's accommodation, so which wasn't too good. I really don't enjoy that. So it's good that I'm staying somewhere this time. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to doing my panels. I'm very looking forward because it's a chance to improve on last year. So yeah, really looking forward to Alcon this year. Yeah.
My apologies if this question has been asked before, but what are your thoughts on popular YouTube animators such as Harry Partridge, Chris O'Neill, Zachary Hadell, and Egoraptor? I enjoy the works of Harry Partridge. I do not really frequent the others.
For me, I love Harry Partridge's animation style. It is just fantastic. It's so wonderfully fluid for what he uses and how much time he has. It's just brilliant. It just looks so good. And Egoraptor...
We just got Jack has just told us what the name of the place is.
All right.
New Wharf.
New Wharf. New Wharf.
New Wharf, damn it.
Ego Raptor's videos are very funny. They're very entertaining. I like his sense of humor. I love the voice he performs for his cartoons as well. He's got a great delivery. I really like his Pokey Awesome video. I've watched that a million times. It's so funny. So funny. So yeah, those are our thoughts on those animators. I've not really seen any of the others as well, I think. Chris O'Neill, is he known as Oni? I think, because I've seen Oni stuff.
Wani?
Wani, I think, is he called?
I don't know, actually. I've never heard
I really don't know, but like, I remember them being really weird and incredibly sexual. That's all I remember. Very sexual cartoons. So that's all I can say about Oni's videos. Would you make a 3D animation? I would direct one happily, but I wouldn't make one myself because I would be tearing my hair out. I would be screaming, probably buying a robe. I'd be really miserable because I've used 3D software before and it's just not for me. It's not my area. I love doing stop motion. Stop motion's my area. I like being physical and practical. I like to hold my characters. I was going to say actors, but that would just sound really creepy. I like to hold my actors on the set. I like to handle them. So another question is, what do you guys think of James Wan directing the upcoming Robotech movie?
Well, James Wan is kind of one of my favorite recent directors. I really enjoy his horror films like Saw, Insidious, and The Conjuring. And I really enjoyed Fast and Furious 7 that he helmed this year. So yeah, I think he's a damn good choice for this. And yeah, I really hope they actually get it out of development hell now.
Do you think he'll be able to transfer well from horror to sci-fi?
Well, he's shown that he can do action well, so not that much of a stretch to sci-fi, I guess.
That'll be good then. Yeah.
He's proven he's a good genre filmmaker. So.
All right, yeah. I've not seen Robotech, so I don't really have any thoughts on that. So I don't really know. So another question is, thoughts on My Little Pony in general? Well, I've not seen enough of Friendship is Magic to have a big, wide opinion just yet.
I saw 1 or 2 episodes. I enjoyed it. I can see why it's got such a huge following in both genders.
Well, anyone can basically see my reactions to the first 3 episodes. I've done videos for them, and I will be doing every single episode. So that's the only way you're going to basically find out my overall thought on them, because I'm not that far yet. I've only, like I said, I've only seen the first few episodes.
And no, we are not bronies.
I might turn into one any moment. We never know. You never know what will happen.
Funko Pop Toys.
Funko Pop Toys. I've never heard of them.
You haven't? There's a sort of cute little chibi-like figures based on the popular characters. You'd know that. You'd know one if
vinyls.
You'd know one if you saw one.
Because I know vinyls.
Vinyls.
That's what some people call those. Like they take a popular character and make them very small and chibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's they're the same thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's all I can say. They're cute.
Yeah, I actually have a Jason Voorhees one.
Of all the ones to have. The cute version of Jason.
Yeah. Cute little guy.
So yeah, they're cute. Next question. Have you seen Reservoir Dogs? If so, what did you think? I love Reservoir Dogs.
Same here. Brilliant start to Tarantino's career.
It's a wonderful debut.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, even though there's some points where you can tell it was made on like a limited budget.
Definitely, yeah.
Tarantino manages to, just brush over it with real style and panache.
I think the most impressive thing is considering the people he got for a first movie. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was largely thanks to Harvey Keitel.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
impressed by the script. It helped secure financing for it.
Yeah, I think it was a producer on it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thank you, Harvey.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is just really awesome. It's great how it tells this this wonderful story you can get invested in using so many limitations, just this small cast and this little setting, and imagine it's really exciting.
A fantastic heist movie in which the heist isn't shown.
Exactly.
You don't need to.
Which is very hard to get away with. Very hard to get away with. And I think Tarantino is good at doing that because of the strength of his dialogue.
And of course, one of the absolute most blood-curdling villains in cinematic history, Mr. Blonde.
Why I call Mr. Brown? Brown's the colour of shit.
Why am I Mr. Pink? Because you're a faggot, all right.
So the next one is
best movie licensed video game. I'd say GoldenEye, like most others would.
I've not played GoldenEye.
Ever?
No, we did have a Nintendo 64, but it was my brother's, so it was up to him what games were bought for
and he said no GoldenEye for you?
No. But for me, I'm probably going to go with Hercules. I really love that game.
I actually remember there was a game of A Bug's Life that I enjoyed playing quite a bit in my youth.
I think I remember it, not too well. On the Small Soldiers game was awesome.
I never played that one.
It was so cool. I love that game. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any others except for
there was also that video game sequel to Chronicles of Riddick. It was Escape from Butcher Bay.
Oh, I heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like really good. Yeah.
Oh, you've got a question for you personally. For FoulFangedFiend, are you the Where Rabbit Look Lit Full Moon Tonight?
The Where Rabbit Look It Full Moon Tonight? Oh, am I the Where Rabbit Look There's a Full Moon Tonight?
All right.
Yes, I am the Were Rabbit. How did you figure it out? Was it the trail of half-eaten carrots?
Thoughts on buns? I love buns.
Oh, yes. I love to squeeze buns.
What else is there to say? I think we should leave it at that.
Yes. Good night.
Thoughts on how should have ended and your favorite video. Oh, how it should have ended. I love that. My favorite is the Toy Story one. Toy Story 3, that was it.
I enjoyed the Lord of the Rings one with the flying the giant birds and their escape from Mordor. If we had these earlier, this trilogy would have been much shorter.
I remember the Toy Story 3 one was Andy decides to keep the toys instead of giving it away to that little girl. He goes, no, I'm taking. He just goes off in the car, and then the toys come to life in front of Andy, and he's like, ah! In the car. It's brilliant. Yeah. So good. I do love that show. It's very good for what it is. I remember seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy one, but I saw it before I saw the film, so I need to rewatch it so I can actually get it. So another question is thoughts on Fantasia's Night and Bald Mountain being a live-action movie in the
That is going to be one fucking terrifying movie if they do go ahead with it.
I'm wondering how they're going to pull off Satan. How they're going to do that.
I don't think they can make him any creepier than he was in the original.
Exactly, and when I think of him in CGI, I think of him like Heartless in Kingdom Hearts for some reason. That kind of look, not the shape, the look. It looks too cute for some reason. I imagine him as like, I don't know why. I just can't imagine it working in CGI for some reason.
Yeah.
Possibly because I'm thinking Disney nowadays, how they would do it. They probably wouldn't go all out. I'm not too sure. Would have to say, because that's the thing. I don't like to judge something until it's finished, but every idea has potential. It's the execution that matters.
It can't be any worse than that movie of The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I've not seen that one.
The one with Nicolas Cage and Jay Baruchel. I do not know how to pronounce that guy's name.
Finally, something you can't pronounce.
True. Baruchel.
So another question is, have you ever played the horrible Men in Black video game for PlayStation 1? No, I don't think so, but at the same time I think I have. I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. No, off the top of my head I can't really think. Thoughts on Inside Out. We told everyone that at the beginning of the live stream. Thoughts on A Clockwork Orange. Amazing.
Oh, great film. I actually watched it on my flight back from Chicago last year. On the in-flight entertainment. It was just, I think I got a couple of dirty looks from the woman sitting next to me when it came to the rape scene.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing Clockwork Orange because I had the Stanley Kubrick DVD collection. And it had all of his films except for his early works like Killer's Kiss and The Killing Fields and things like that. Sorry?
Spartacus?
It didn't have Spartacus either, no. So it kind of had like the more well-known ones, the new, you know what I mean?
Later.
Like, a bit more in his later career from like the 60s onwards. Like 2001. But yeah, Clockwork Orange was one of those on, and that's how I saw it through that box set.
Right.
And it's awesome. Great film. Very thought-provoking. So another question is, movie you both think is overrated?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Why do you think it's overrated?
Oh, I don't know. I just never really find the main character that appealing. No, it's an enjoyable movie, but I just don't think it was worthy of the heaps of praise that came upon it. And Christopher Nolan's Inception as well.
See, the thing with Inception for me is that I watched it with a group of friends that didn't shut up all the way through. So
that surely ruined your experience for it. Like, the problem with Inception is the first 45 minutes feel like an instructional video on how the universe of Inception works, before the movie itself actually kicks off.
I do remember that, yes. That's when my friends were quiet briefly. Overrated for me, Avatar, absolutely.
Oh, Avatar. Everyone's forgotten about Avatar now.
But at the time, it was like...
Yeah, I know.
I think what drove me the most mad was just seeing it on like 100 Greatest Films. It's like, yeah, visually, it's outstanding. Technically, it's outstanding. But as a film, no. It's all the ideas have been done before. As a story, it's just nothing groundbreaking. But it's a very good 3-hour special effects reel. It is definitely. I would definitely consider one of the great special effects reels. Absolutely. And the other one would probably be Wind Rises, as many people know. I don't think it deserved all that praise. It's just not that great.
It was all the build up with it being the last film of Miyazaki's career.
Yeah, it was. I think that's what added to the disappointment as well.
Yeah, I think your expectations were built up too high.
Yeah, definitely. Another one is. Where are we? Do you remember Eurotrash and Banzai? Yes, I do.
Oh God, Banzai.
Banzai.
Mr. Handshake.
Yes. That was a fun show. This is taking me back. This is like staying up late.
I remember my favorite little game they played on Banzai was the Stupid Dog Sausage Challenge.
What was that?
Or rather, the Stupid Dog Sausage Challenge. And then a dog wearing one of those round collars, big sort of lampshades, and there's a plate of sausages behind a wall with these shapes carved into it, like a triangle, a circle, and a square. And like, bet the audience, like, how long will it take for the dog to realize which hole he has to go through to get to the sausages? And it's like it's about like a minute of the dog trying to fit through the triangle-shaped hole.
Oh, bless him!
And then it tries going around the wall, and you see the guy go, "What? What's he going? Get dog!"
I do remember those. I remember just staying up late for those kind of shows. Channel 4 always had like the more out there and raunchy kind of shows that you could, like South Park and the Animation Night and stuff like that. The more adult stuff. Channel 4 was the ones that are most open to showing this kind of thing. So when you're a teenager, you're like, oh, I'm staying up for Channel 4. So yeah, Banzai and Eurotrash got nostalgic connections to those. Didn't really watch Eurotrash that much because it was very seedy.
Very, very. Okay, I just felt really filthy watching
It was a very filthy show. It was a very like felt wrong watching it, but Banzai was just really fun and entertaining. What's another one? What are your thoughts on the new Bond trailer? I've not seen it.
This trailer for Spectre. I'm glad that Spectre is back in the Bond franchise, and I'm really looking forward to Christoph Waltz playing Blofeld. Come on, he is playing Blofeld. Let's not beat around the bush about it. But my problem with the Craig Bond films is they're just too dark and gloomy. There's just hardly any fun to be had in them. I don't know. I just want the Bond movies to be fun again. Maybe the trailer itself might be misleading, and I certainly hope so. We just got to someone needs to tell the producers of the Bond franchise to stop aping the grit of Jason Bourne. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, and you're probably gonna flip, but I have only ever seen one Bond movie all the way through.
Hang on, there's a question about that later we can get to.
Right. So
I'm being asked about Kubrick. Oh yeah, I deeply respect Kubrick. He was a very talented filmmaker. A lot of his films did have that sort of coldness, lacking in humanity. That was intentional, of course.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes his rather nihilistic outlook on life, depending on what mood I'm in, really, I guess.
You do have to be in the right
didn't really
mindset for them. Yeah.
I will contend The Shining is one of the absolute most pants-shittingly terrifying horror movies I've ever seen.
Yes, absolutely. When I first saw it, I had to turn the TV off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was just so invested. I was like, I want to see where it goes. But when those girls come up, I was like, no, good night.
And the whole first act of Full Metal Jacket was just painful to sit through.
Oh yes.
Ugh. Yeah.
To sum up Kubrick, depressing.
Yeah.
But amazing. Depressingly amazing.
Yeah.
Another question is thoughts on Sling TV. I've not heard of that before. Okay, so move on. What's the best Bond movie in your opinion? Can't say. I've only seen Die Another Day.
Oh, you saw one of the absolute worst Bond films.
Yes.
Oh God. Well, as a kid, GoldenEye was my favorite Bond movie. It's the one that kind of defined a whole new generation. But actually, lately, I think my most favorite Bond movie is License to Kill, Timothy Dalton's second installment and final one, sadly. It kind of hypocritically, I loved how dark and violent it was. I was giving the Daniel Craig movies shit about that, but at least Dalton actually had an element of suaveness and a bit of gallows humor about him, which I appreciated. Yeah, License to Kill was also the first Bond movie to be given a 15 certificate in the UK. All the previous ones were PG, and as a kid, like you think. As a kid, the attitude was, "Oh, this is really violent. Violence is cool." That's the mindset you have at that age. Yeah, I mean, like License to Kill is the one where like Bond's friend Leiter gets partially fed to a shark, and later on, like he has one of his henchmen thrown in a decompression chamber, and his head explodes. Yeah, that was just really hardcore stuff, and Dalton himself is my favorite of all the actors who have played Bond. Really world weary assassin. Just hates his job, but he had moments of warmth and wit about him. That it was definitely the closest to the literary Bond that Fleming created. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say License to Kill is my favorite.
Die Another Day.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me of that awful stuff. Yeah.
So another question is
the Peanuts movie.
All right. So thoughts on the new Peanuts movie coming out later this year? It's not finished yet, so I don't really have much to say about it.
It might be fun.
Yeah, the trailer looks promising. I'm just a little nervous because it's Blue Sky Studios. So that's the only thing that makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, sort of mixed output from them.
Yeah, and I couldn't stand Horton Hears a Who. I really couldn't stand it. I couldn't. That is honestly.
I'm sure you'd take it over the Lorax any day.
At least stuff kind of happens in Lorax. More happens. So yeah, the Peanuts I'm looking forward to. As a fan of the cartoons, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Favorite and worst spy comedy movie and TV show?
I think you need to rephrase that, Clint.
Favorite and worst spy comedy.
Your favorite worst spy comedy?
Favorite and worst. Favorite and I can't even think about my favorite. Well, Naked Gun.
Spy comedies. Well, I think Kingsman counts as a spy comedy.
Wait, Naked Gun is a policeman, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a spy.
That's a police procedural comedy. Yeah. And Melissa McCarthy's Spy, I'm seeing this weekend. That might very well take the place of favorite spy comedy. Yeah.
I'm opening the windows before I say anything else stupid.
Worst spy comedy would have to be Spy Hard with Leslie Nielsen.
There. Some air for me. Air for my brain. Anyway. Spy. I've not seen many spy things. Off the top of my head, I really can't think of anything.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Spy Hard. That was terrible.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying. It was the worst spy comedy.
Yeah.
Apart from the theme song by Weird Al.
Yes, that was cool. That was definitely cool. Spy stuff. I've not really seen many spy things. I don't know why. Have I got something against spies? Because I've not seen anything.
Well, it's stupid spies leaving their laptops in the backs of taxis. So
another question is, have you seen the weirdly kind of bad animated movie version of Snow White called Happily Ever After?
The one by Filmation. Yeah, from the early 90s.
I've seen the cover.
It was the last film they made before they went bankrupt.
Oh, that says a lot.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I did see like a couple of the musical numbers from it, like Thunderella, her song about wanting to shine too, and shit like that.
What?
I'm much better. Actually, you ever? I think Jambareeqi has seen. Before they made Happily Ever After, Filmation released their version of Pinocchio called Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Which is one of the most disturbing children's movies I've ever watched.
The thing is that there's a lot of Pinocchio animated films.
Yeah.
There's an anime version as well called Tree of Palm. I want to see that one.
Oh, no. There's an anime version of Maku of the Oak Tree.
There's 2 anime versions.
Yeah, there's 2. Yeah.
Everyone wants to adapt it. Because I've seen Pinocchio.
Guillermo del Toro wants to adapt it as a horror movie.
I want to see that. I've seen Pinocchio 3000, which is Pinocchio set in the future.
Oh yeah, I saw that when it was on TV once.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right. Wait. So, wait. Where am I? I'm really behind.
Have you ever played The Simpsons Wrestling or the South Park video games?
Yes, I played Simpsons Wrestling, and I can't remember.
I played South Park Rally, and South Park Chef's Love Shack.
I remember South Park Rally. I do remember having that actually.
Yeah. Oh God, the controls were so clunky on that.
They were.
It's like trying to steer a gravel mixer.
But nothing's gonna beat the original South Park video game from
where you could throw urine-soaked snowballs at your enemies.
And those annoying turkeys, and where the horrible draw distance where everything's just fog.
Yeah. Oh.
That game. That's the only one I don't feel proud of owning. You can probably hear police sirens. I live right next to.
He lives in the ghettos.
I think it feels like it does half the time because I live right next to the train station, the bus station, the university. I'm like in the heart of the city almost. Like it's really noisy around here. Another question: what's your opinion on the announcement of Indy 5?
Well, if Chris Pratt is going to be the next Indy, then I'd be on board for that.
I've not seen Indy 4 yet.
But good. Don't save yourself the trouble. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was terrible, but I kind of do want there to be another one, just so the series doesn't end on that sour note. Like the way Rambo 4 came and wiped all traces of the third movie out of our collective mouths.
I remember the Indy films being terrifying to me as a kid, and I remember
melting faces, heart removal.
That bit, I remember that bit. Oh, did that scare me? I think it did, but I think what scared me more was the Holy Grail scene.
Oh, when he drinks the wrong Grail and ages to death?
That terrified me. I couldn't operate I couldn't function as a human being after seeing that. That just really tapped into my death anxiety growing up. So I was like, really freaked me out.
Yeah.
So yeah, announcement Indy 5. I don't really have much to say because
there's no aliens.
I don't have much to say because I've not seen 4, so I'm not that up to date with it.
Do you want to end this in about 15 minutes?
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is thoughts on ABC Once Upon a Time. If you guys like Disney in a show, I've not seen Once Upon a Time either now. Try watching Goldfinger.
Goldfinger is another great Bond film. Yeah, you should start with that. Jambareeqi. Much better example of what the series has to offer.
I just do a whole show where I'm just going to watch Bond films.
Yeah, do.
That's something I'll consider, definitely.
Yeah,
I remember, like, when I was younger, I did remember seeing, like, a catalogue of all the Bond films that you could buy, and it was, like, all of them laid out. I was like, wow, there's that many.
Yeah.
I've not seen any of them. So, yeah, I do want to see them all. I will give them a chance. So, yeah, thoughts on Ever After, we've just said.
Yeah.
Not seen it, don't watch it. Epic
food.
Or Food Fight or Shrek? Shrek. Obviously Shrek is the only decent film out of those 3.
Have you seen Evil Dead? Yes, I've seen it all. And I'm really looking forward to the upcoming TV series.
Yes, that would be cool. Yeah, I love I got obsessed with Evil Dead. So obsessed with Evil Dead when I saw it. I was just...
To be honest, I really preferred the first film and how it was more of a straight up horror movie rather than slapsticky sequels.
Yeah, a lot of people say that like the first film is really comedic. I'm like, no, it's not really. It's quite dark and twisted.
Ghoulish.
It really is. The second one, straight up comedy. Most of no.
Yeah,
Army of Darkness is pure comedy and no horror. I swear.
No, the second one did have some moments of horror. Hello? Jesus. I heard something move behind me. Really.
Talking about Evil Dead in here, things around. You've summoned the dead.
I'm a little unnerved now, actually. I felt like someone was pressing against the door.
We need Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So yeah, Evil Dead is awesome. I love it. And Evil Dead 2 is awesome. Oh, Dark. They're all awesome. They're just awesome, fun movies. Shut up, police siren. Or ambulance. I can't tell which one's which. That sounds terrible. Stop reporting to the crime. Stop caring for people in trouble. I wanted to be a bit quiet. Another question is thoughts on Shrek. It's okay.
Thoughts on the Mortius X Jambareeqi ship?
Yeah, basically, have you seen my Cars Life 3 review?
No.
In that one, it turns out that the villain of the show, Mortius, who is a floating skull with twisted daggers coming out of his head, is in love with Jambareeqi. So now everyone's trying to ship us together, even though I rejected him because I have a girlfriend.
Dear.
So yeah, thoughts on that? I don't know, but I'm not going to reveal anything in the show. It's all going to be a surprise. You're just going to have to wait and see where the story goes. Thoughts on Shrekker's Love, Shrekker's Life? I spoke about this in another live stream. It's terrifying in a fascinating way.
Oh God, I saw that.
It's terrifying, but also really laid back.
Yeah, which makes it even more unsettling.
Yeah. It's hypnotizing in how creepy it is. Another one. Wait. Oh, Hayao Miyazaki and many other manga and anime creators have stated that they feel that anime fandom has become oversaturated with people who become obsessed with their works and ruin the fun for everyone. Do you feel that they are overreacting, or that they may in fact have a point?
I do think a lot of modern anime fans do tend to get a little overzealous about their shows. And of course, a lot of them seem to just demand bloody moe stuff. And
I remember like the Evangelion fans being quite scary as well.
Yeah, oh, go. You do not mess with those people.
Oh, Dan, I'm about to do a reaction series to it.
Don't you dare say Shinji is an annoying character in front of them.
Damn it! I'm even more terrified now. Here come the death threats. So I don't really know. Yeah, it depends, because like each fan base is going to be different, and I don't think it's right to sum up an entire.
I think this really applies to most nerd interests beyond anime.
It does.
Video games, TV shows, massive fandoms with their own splinter factions. You know, it's inevitable that they'll become obsessed and ruin the fun for everyone. Like Star Wars fans are like some of the scariest folk you'll ever meet. The ones who don't will not hear the slightest bit of slander against their favorite series.
Even Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, even Jar Jar.
Wow.
If you try, Jar Jar Binks is canon.
Isn't the whole Greedo shot first problem as well?
Oh God, don't get me started on that.
There's a documentary as well called The People versus George Lucas.
Yeah, I saw some clips from that.
Yeah. That's really disturbing.
Yeah. What's next?
Thoughts on Cinema Snob? I love the Cinema Snob. It's a brilliant concept. It really is. Having a snobby critic character review schlock is just genius. And you can tell that there's a lot of love behind it as well, because Brad Jones is obsessed with exploitation films. And personally, I'm really fascinated about exploitation films. I think that's so interesting.
I've really got to watch more of his stuff. I've only maybe seen a couple of videos with the...
It's a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah, he's just talking about it as if it's like as if he's a critic walked straight in from Cannes Film Festival.
Yes, exactly. The joke really works. It's brilliant. I really do enjoy Cinema Snob. I've lost where we're up to now. And wait, I think I got it. Wait. Oh, yeah, there we go. Have you seen the anime series Dirty Pair? And if you have, what do you think? No, I've not seen it.
Yeah. All right.
So you've not seen it then?
No, I said no.
Oh, right. So another thing is, not a question, just didn't know if you've heard about it or not, but apparently Cars Life 4 has been made by Michael Shelp. Well, I don't think I'll be tackling it anytime soon.
All right, no more questions, people. We're running out of time.
Okay. So, was that the last one?
No. There's a couple more. But
all right. So you want to do it? How many more do you want to do?
All right. No, keep going. Just keep to the end. Thoughts on the mysterious Mr. Renter?
Story. Yeah, I keep getting the same question every.
Thoughts on Mortius/Fix?
Mortius/Fix with Jambareeqi. If you want to make one, go for it. I really don't mind. I'll be quite flattered.
Leave me out of it.
You've set yourself up now.
Oh dear. Okay, so we don't know anything about Mysterious Mr. Render.
I know of him, but I've not checked out any of his videos yet. I want to. I will give them a chance.
Thoughts on Sharknado?
I've seen reviews of Sharknado, but I've not seen the actual films. The reviews speak millions for it. They speak volumes for them, so I know what they're going to be like. So they look fun.
Fallout? I haven't played any of them either.
I've played. No. That's not Fallout. No, that's Far Cry. Why did they make that connection? Another question.
Do either of you watch the Carry On films? I've seen a couple. Yeah, they're good for a chuckle or two, but they're not exactly high art.
Definitely. I've seen Carry On Cleopatra and I loved it. I remember watching it with my family in a caravan, and I just loved it. It was a nice day as well. It was just nice to watch a Carry On movie with my family. It was my first one.
They're so seedy. Like,
they really are. I love how
James ogling Barbara Windsor, so her bra falls off.
Oh. But I love how the same actors play the same characters technically every film.
Yeah, it's like I like that. It's got a sort of Blackadder-esque.
Yeah.
Different time periods. Yeah. It's always still the same actors.
Yeah, I never thought it like that. That's definitely got this. It's got a Blackadder feel to it. Yeah, just more raunchy.
Yeah. Have you seen the Evil Dead remake? Yes, I have. It was very good. I liked how it returned to the roots of the series by actually being scary and gory.
I've not seen the Evil Dead remake yet.
Do watch it. It's well worth it.
I'll definitely check it out soon.
All right. Okay. These thoughts on the new Pixar films. Mixed bag, really. We've had a fair share of duds like Cars 2 and Brave. I thought Monsters University was entertaining, but not one of their best. Which is, I guess, I'm really excited for Inside Out simply because it looks like a real return to form for them.
I'm really excited. That's the film out of everything this year that I'm most excited about. The concept alone is just so interesting.
All right, 5 minutes left.
Okay. Well, the other thing about Inside Out is I remember when it was in pre-production on IMDb, it was called the Pixar movie that goes inside your head. I was in love with the movie before even development started. So,
thoughts on kid shows put on your movies?
Thoughts on kid shows put on
our movie on TV?
I don't know what that question means.
Me neither.
Oh.
An actor you cannot stand. I think we could go back to Adam Sandler there.
Yeah. But then again, there are moments of Sandler I can forgive. There are tons.
Yeah, he does a ton of shit, and then the occasional good film like Funny People or Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to see Punch Drunk Love actually.
All right, this question by Mr. Night Falcon at the end will be our last.
Okay.
Okay. No, sorry, Mr. MRC. You're too late.
Oh wait, he's thought about the question a bit further. I mean, kids shows, networks, put on our movies on the network.
No, it's still too vague.
I still don't get it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. What are your thoughts on American Horror Story? You've seen it? Oh, I'm a fan. I like American Horror Story. I like the first 2 seasons. Lately, the show has kind of been running dry. Could use a bit of a shot in the arm. But no, I do like the second season as my favorite of them all, and for its just utterly insane mixture of serial killers, demonic possession, cannibals, aliens. It's mental, fittingly enough. Is there any topic that you feel is too sensitive to be portrayed in film?
That's a deep one.
Well,
It depends on
No,
execution.
I know. No, exactly. It depends on execution. Anything handled tastefully can be portrayed correctly in film. Yeah.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, it all depends on how you handle it. How you, it's like taking a seed and growing it. It's
Yeah, it's just
direction, approach,
yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah, that's all we have time for, guys.
Yep.
I'm very tired.
Me too.
I'm exhausted.
Well, it's been fun. It's been
It
a fun
has been
ride.
fun, definitely. Yeah, that was cool. That was good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This will be staying up, just like all the other new live streams with guests. It will be staying up. So if there's anything you've missed, you can come back to this and check it out. And I definitely encourage you guys to go check out FoulFangedFiend's channel, which is linked in the description box. It'd be awesome if you can subscribe. He makes some very fantastic abridges, really funny abridges. Go check him out, guys.
Far too kind.